I've been digging stuff out that I've had stashed back in there. Way back in there's an engine. Back in where the trees are growing around it. I gotta clear all this out to get at it with my engine crane, but that might be what goes in that Mustang, that red one. We'll see. Cap for the brake reservoir. Oh, here it is.
It's bigger than the one that your Mustang was right there.
So,
And it was
made a big mess there.
With the diesel trans, I got a fake out. Well, it's not a fake output shaft, it's a real output shaft that I just poke in the trans. But this one, like, I yanked the drive shaft out, so once that output yoke is out of there, the oil can slip out. Right here. Getting a decent amount of weight reduction happening here. I was gonna keep air conditioning, man, and then I just was like, no way. I want a wicked cool, clean. It's funny to say cool, but I want a totally clean engine bay with the least amount of things, kind of like the Coal Stang, just minimalist, simple. So I'm just gonna show what I'm doing now. The majority of the harness, I think, like the Fox body, the lights and all the different things come down this side, and then all the engine management comes down this side. So it's kind of cool how the Mustang's separated that way, and I think this one's still the same, but like I got a signal light here in this branch, and it joins up here to that other side. But I think this is like the ECM for the engine. I'm gonna undo this harness and see if it goes all the way to this plug for the signal light. I think it probably will. This was for fan control. ABS, not gonna have any more. Yeah. Some things I'll label like AC compressor clutch. I don't know if I'm gonna keep all this. But sometimes you can label it because essentially in the cab I have a button that controls the AC on and off. But there's some logic to it. There's going to be some kind of a body control module that's looking at the high pressure cutout and the low pressure cutout. But I'm just thinking about it like some of these wires go through the car into the cab and might have a switch. So just because it says one thing doesn't mean I have to use it for that. And down the road, I could control other things with certain wires. So instead of just completely gutting it, I'm just thinking about it a little bit. I might leave some stuff. I'm not sure though. Well, I was Googling for a bit. It looks like that controls AC compressor clutch. It controls, there's some ABS stuff in there. There is, can't remember what else. Man, I'm so tempted just to gut things. I love just a gutted car. I'm not gonna gut the interior. I just mean like there's so many systems on this car that I'm not gonna need or use or have. That controls the fuel pump, but there's gonna be somehow some logic that it's reading fuel rail pressure, and I might run my own fuel system. So I might get rid of a bunch of this crap. I just want it super clean and just exactly what I need, nothing that I don't need. So I might be deleting. I'm gonna pull it all back there for now because I'm chopping this front end off so everything's out of my way. I really want to delete that. That's a lot of weight reduction right there. Some of it's gonna go back in, none of this. I think I'm gonna throw that power distribution box still in there. I'll use it because it ties into the dash, the windshield washer, the signal lights is coming into one part of it. Back here where it hooks back in, no, not there. There's one big plug there where it hooks back into the firewall on the driver's side. Some of that I might reuse, but I'll show you why I'm cutting the front end of this off. You can see the angle of this, like really hard sticking out. Well, let's get this out of the way. This one's actually bent that way as well. See down here, it's kind of rippled right here before the tower. This side, it's kind of bent big time. This whole corner is pushing out, but from the strut towers back, see this one's bent this way too. But from the strut towers back, it doesn't look too bad. Just a little bit of this is turned a little bit, but I think once I chop it, this whole back piece here is super beefy. I think once I chop this off, this will just kind of relax a bit and come back. Same here, it just kinked right here. Like it kinked right before the strut tower, right after, whichever way you look at it. She's off. A lot of weight reduction, some we're gonna use. There she is. Everything that's left there looks fairly square when I kind of eyeball it, but I'll measure things up. But cool thing about the Fox body is the whole K-member bolts on, so I could move things a little bit if I have to, but everything looks pretty square. It doesn't look that tweaked from this point, so lots of room for activities now. Holy crap. It's probably like an hour of scraping all the bottom of the car, just hitting everything with a hammer, trying to get all the loose dirt, the loose rust. This car is in decent shape, like compared to what I'm used to. But I just wanted to get it super clean so there's not mud and water sitting in things and rust and all the hell. Oh man, it don't even look that dirty on the camera, but it was just like a dust ball in here. I just got everything cleaned out and blew out. All the frame rails cleaned out. They're actually in decent shape, so I want to keep them in good shape. Yep, now time to sweep. It's hard to see how much dirt and rust is there, and I've already swept before. Man, that took some work to get that thing out of there. I don't know, 3-4 years ago I picked this thing up for 150 bucks Canadian. It's a 2011 5.7 Hemi. It had the misfire deal, a little bit of a tick. So lifter and camshaft issues, but I thought, man, for 150 bucks, and if I'm gonna use this in a hot rod, I'd be putting a different cam in it anyway, so who cares if the cam has issues. Normally when you try to buy these, if they're running, man, they want a lot of coin for them, but if the cam is toast, you can almost get them for free, and that's how I got this one. Anyway, 5.7 Hemi, 2011, Eagle cylinder heads. It's a neat engine, man. Hey, Nancy.
Hey.
Okay, you know how I love to weigh things. We got the Hemi on the hook here, 566 pounds. That's fully dressed, motor mount still on it, AC compressor, oil filter still on it, still got oil in her. Fully dressed, so we'd be cutting a lot of things off if it goes in the Mustang. We're not sure if we're gonna do it, but we might.
You got a fan?
Yeah, it's got a fan on it. Yeah, for sure, mechanical fan. We won't have that. We'll be deleting a pile of that stuff, so not sure if we're gonna use it. We might though. Hemi would be pretty awesome.